Or if the twin was actually Mrs. D herself.
Right.
Like,
who, was Mrs. D
Would have
always...
been a great story.
Was it really Mrs. D that died?
It just brings up so much more questions.
Now it makes it seem like, okay, when Mrs. D was acting creepy in, like, Spencer's house and stuff like that, was that actually Mary Drake? How long... We've seen her before. We've seen her before. How have we seen her before? When was the time that we've seen her?
When she came to visit Allie at the hospital the other day, saying that Elliot was good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. Mm-hmm. Trust Elliot. Mm-hmm. There you go.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that... I think that tweet went out before that episode. Now that I'm thinking about it. But even so, I just don't...
I'm very, very thoroughly confused.
She probably was the creep in Maya's house. And...
I really don't give a flying fuck. I'm just confused
as to where it's going to go.
Where it's going from here. What is the relevance of tossing?
Or who's going to save Hannah from the fucking bell tower?
That too.
Like, what the fuck is with
maybe,
that church? That church should be burned down.
Maybe Ian's ghost.
That church should be
jumped off the fucking rope and then blew his head off.
I just don't. I don't.
But
I don't.
That church should be condemned.
I just want to know what the fucking relevance was of tossing a British accent. Okay, if he's British in real life, whatever. But
tossing a British accent, what was the relevance of tossing Cece off the bell tower?
Like, at all. I understand that, but I'm talking about the fucking British accent too. Like,
yeah, and I mean, who is the one that killed Cece? Because now we have to think about it this way. It wasn't A. We were kind of assuming it was going to be the twin that killed Cece.
Right. Perhaps it was.
Perhaps it was her mother. I don't fucking know anymore. Like,
perhaps it was Rollins.
Perhaps it was Rollins.
But he loved her so much.
Yeah,
but it made him close to Allie.
Mm-hmm.
And now he owns 51% of the Karasimi group.
Like, really? I get that, like, okay, money does fucked up shit to people, but does that really have to be a motive on a...
Like, wouldn't Jason and Allie be 50-50?
Well, she said, like, oh, like, that's why they were talking about it before. Like, oh, I gave, that the CC gave to the Karasimi group, whatever. Which doesn't make sense because CC's money... Like, was that the reason that they like, maybe they are the ones that killed Cece, and maybe that's, like, what it was, because Cece, obviously, everybody thought that Cece was their brother and their sister because of everything that happened, but obviously it wasn't.
And now nobody will ever know.
Now no one's ever going to know, but they thought that Cece was, like, everybody thought that Cece was Allison's sister. So, of course, naturally, if she was to die, the money was to go to Allie. But now here's my thing. If Rollins, or whatever the fuckerino his name was, and Mrs. D, Drake, whatever, were the ones that killed Cece because of the money, so that it could go to Allie, and Allie could do with the Karasimi group because Rollins told her to, that just doesn't make sense to me, because all of her money would have went to Jason and Allie. Rollins is married to Allie, so technically that's his money too. So why go through all this trouble? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Unless fucking something was going on between him and Mrs. D. Like, what the I'm just confused.
Well, she signed the paper deeming herself mentally
unstable.
So they just Rollins all rights to the money.
But I thought that she already gave the money to the Karasimi group or whatever.
He owns part of the Karasimi. Mm-hmm. He owns 51% of the Karasimi group.
Ergo, cash.
Yeah. He owns 51% of it.
I just don't get it, though. That's all they needed was for her to sign herself in to a hospital? Because I think, I think he would have had just as many rights to the Karasimi group, even if she didn't sign herself into a hospital, because it is her husband.
No.
Because you don't, and especially, immediately it doesn't happen like that. He would kind of need, how, you need, a power of attorney or something like that.
Once you're married, she signs those papers, this is who my, what do you call that? Beneficiary. Mm-hmm. This is my this is my that. And, of course, it's going to be Rollins.
But Allie's not dead is what I'm saying. So
it doesn't matter. She is not able to make her own decisions inside a mental institution. You are not able to. Once you sign yourself in, you are not able to. It's no longer up to you. Like the lady said to her, just because you're signing yourself in
Doesn't
doesn't
mean
mean
you
you're
can
allowed to
sign
leave.
yourself, yeah.
He's a doctor there. She's not gonna be able to leave for a long time.
Like, which is crazy. Here we go again with fucking, like,
Yeah, well, 3 blind mice. Hermione
I
and fucking
thank
Spencer.
thank God that it is over in 20 episodes. 20 episodes left in all of this fucking, but you know
And
what, though?
2,000 more questions.
But that's what I'm saying. You know what,
It's
though?
never gonna
It's
be
going to be
answered.
over, but we're still going to be left with questions.
we're going to be
that's
sitting
what
here
sucks.
next March at this very table.
And be like, I'm so confused.
And be
I
like,
can't wait to read Marlene's interview, because that's how we're going to find everything out. Like, I just wish they'd get their shit together. Like, it's honestly, it's annoying and disgusting. Like, I mean, we've been more than patient with you. Like, enough's a fucking enough. Get your shit together, and I mean it like, as a fucking fan.
And that was pretty ballsy of Toby to be a Veronica Hastings.
And I said, that was ridiculous. Like, he should not be
Congratulations
there.
party.
But I guess he's not really caring. I just don't get it, guys. I really don't. And to be honest, I can't even wrap my brain around, like,
First
what
of all,
the fuck is going on.
Caleb is not a dumb fuck. Okay? I got a point here. I'm sorry. Caleb is not dumb by any means. Smart guy.
Yeah.
Ezra, pretty damn smart. Arya, Hannah,
Eh.
However, with the 2 smart guys in the room, you would think they would check the room out, considering A has lived there. Mona.
One would
He's
think.
like, I can't believe I forgot to check the fucking floor. Who would think to check the floor? A?
Yeah. Seriously,
Duh.
you would not check out the room beforehand?
Well, there you go. Fucking now Hannah's
They're
just
really trying to make it look like it's fucking Sarah Harvey, too.
All I want to know is, what did they fucking Augustus gloop down that fucking chute?
Apparently so.
Like, did they shimmy their way down there? Because what did they do?
Ride a slide down like fucking Adam's
No,
family.
it was straight down.
Yeah, I
Augustus
know.
glooped that shit. Okay? They all 3 of them, if it was the 3 of them, went together and just shimmied their way
Which doesn't
down.
make any sense. Like, why wouldn't you just, like, go in and see where it leads to? That's what I'd fucking do. I would just fucking be like, okay, here we go.
Or if Hannah heard them coming out there, like, they had to get up that way. Get the fuck up out the house. That motherfucker's still gotta climb out that tube. I would have put that thing right over the top of them, stepped on it a few times.
Well, not
and
if it leads
booked
to
it.
somewhere else. Like, if it, like, leads to, like, a fucking underground tunnel where
It
they're gonna
doesn't
be
matter
running
where
through.
it leads to. That's the way they got into
Yeah,
the room.
what she's saying is that it popped up right in front of her.
Yeah, she's sitting on the bed. Hey, how
Mm.
you doing? Pop my head out like a turtle. What the fuck just happened? It was like a sewer line, like one of those the sewer
Like the
grates.
fucking
Like,
Teenage Mutant
yeah,
Ninja
you
Turtles were
popped
gonna
it
come
up.
crawling out of that bitch.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles got their fingers crushed. She couldn't have fucked somebody up.
It just doesn't make no sense to me.
It don't even make no damn sense to me.
None of it makes sense anymore.
And why did she have red all over her
honestly,
face?
I don't care.
Was it her lipstick?
Lipstick,
No,
fucking
she didn't have
blood.
lipstick
I don't
on.
know. Blood.
What would they do? Punch her in the
Here's
mouth?
probably good, because at this point, like, I'm just not even caring anymore. I'm sorry, but like these writers are just fucking god awful. I don't know how.
They're not god awful. They're great writers. They're just
Yeah,
It's
but
just
I mean, like, when it comes to actually fucking, like,
putting things together for us.
no, it's just to the
People
point
should
where
not
it's
be
crazy.
sitting here. Like, we should. Okay, a cliffhanger is one
Yeah,
thing.
we're 6
But we
fucking
shouldn't be
seasons in.
confused.
We should. Exactly. 6 seasons in should not be sitting
Yeah,
here
6
like
seasons
this.
in, and we're like, who
And
killed
yet-
Maya?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
6 seasons in, you're telling me Ian killed himself after shimmying off a
Maya
fucking
and
rope.
Sarah.
And
It was
left a
answered.
fake
It was
suicide note.
answered. It was answered in an interview. Nate St. Germain or fucking Lyndon Jones killed Maya.
What?
Yeah. He killed Maya, and Ian killed himself.
Mm-hmm.
She already answered these in interview.
Exactly.
And left his own suicide note?
Yeah,
The fake
not-
one?
not
No,
only
Mona,
that, though, but he
Mona
got his-
faked the suicide note for him, but he took himself
Off
off the
of
rope.
a rope that's going to kill
Didn't want to
him.
die, so he saved himself from dying, only to go kill himself.
Yes.
She already answered that. Ian killed himself.
Because that makes sense, right?
I guess I don't read interviews. No, I watch the show.
Yeah.
The fucking show.
If you don't,
I
if you
know.
don't have social media, and
Even if you do.
if you don't have social media, or you don't read interviews after episodes. And another thing, guaranteed that when Marlene King does her interview tomorrow through whatever fucking place she's doing it, PLL Wet Paint, fucking MTV, Entertainment Weekly, wherever she does her interview, I guarantee she confirms something that we didn't see on the fucking show. So everybody watch for it, because if you don't have fucking social media and you're not keeping up with Marlene King's fucking daily life and when she takes a shit, you're not going to know who did what and what happened to this person and what happened to that person. That's the only way you're going to know. You're not going to find out via
There's so
TV
many
show.
questions that are unanswered.
We just did
She doesn't
a
take
lot
enough
of them.
shits in a day.
Yeah, we just did a lot of them. And to be honest, it's to the point where she said
With no answers.
she did not even that we would know answers. After the finale, she said we should have no questions.
We should have no questions.
She did. She said that. I hope we answered all your questions for you. Now we start a new slate.
The A story is completed.
Still don't know. Yeah, still don't know what's on the NAT videos. We don't know who fucking why Ian killed himself. Why the bodies weren't fucking exhumed and fucking all this shit. We don't know who. Well, yeah. I mean, but that's in itself. Whatever.
Not if you're gonna start a whole new A story.
Yeah. Not if you're gonna start a new A story. You started a new A story and took the previous A story that we had and took away all credibility for it, because now we don't know what
Knocked
the
it
hell
on
is
its
true.
fucking ass. And
We don't even, like, okay, we just got over the Cece reveal and we were like, all right, it is what it is. But now, we don't even know if Cece was actually A. We don't know if she even thought that she was Charles. We don't know if she was Charles. We don't know who the fuck, what her motives are now, because obviously, she's mad at her parents for leaving her there. But her parents are alive. Her mom, her actual birth mom, is a fucking live. So if her birth mom
And
is
she knew
alive, why did
And
she...
obviously she knew it.
Yeah. So if her birth mom is alive, why the fuck did Mrs. D have custody of her? When did she get out of Radley? Why was she in Radley to begin with?
And why is Miss
Here we
D,
go. We
Miss
were
D
supposed to
so
be
pissed?
starting a new story, not going back and dealing with the old story. This is the type of shit that pisses us off. So now, not only do we have Big A, Big Bad, Uber A, whatever the fuck you want to call them, emoji, not only do we have them, now we have everything that happened with Cece to question again. What the fuck happened? Why did it happen? Fucking, it's just crazy. So now we're going back.
And now we have to we have to find out where we've seen Cece's mother, which just puts that into play that any conversation that anybody's ever had with Mrs. D.
Yep.
Whether
So
it be her
thank
calling
you,
Hannah fat on the
Marlene.
porch.
And now, so not only are we going to have to find out in season 7 who this Big A is and their whole story, but now they have to clear up everything that happened in the last season.
That
in
is
one season,
not going
are
to happen
you
in
kidding
20
me?
episodes.
Are you kidding me?
It's not happening.
We're
It's not
fucked.
happening.
We're just fucked as an audience. We're not going to get what we want out of this show. I guarantee it right now. It's not going to happen. It's not. It's just not going to happen. There's no possible way for them now. Now, if they didn't bring Mrs.
Unless they sign her
Drake,
for season 8.
they already got, it's already not happening. They already said it's not happening. Season 7's it. If they didn't bring on this Mrs. Drake and they just brought somebody else in as the twin, it would have just been so much easier, because now we have to go back into the CC storyline and figure out what the happened there and deal with this new way. We're just fucked.
Yeah, AD.
Yep, we're fucked. I don't know what we're gonna do, because seriously, I can't even take any more of this. Thank God it's over in another season.
Should have just had an extra D and given me a Ritalin.
Yeah, it's crazy, guys. It's just crazy. I'm sorry, but I mean, if you, yeah, it is what it is. Okay.
All right, bye.
Drop the mic.
Bye.
Drop mic.